Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Look Back. This is where I take a look at games that I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago, and I tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. So let's jump back 20 years ago to Dracula's Revenge. Cool name, not great game. I'm much less forgiving on these pretty bad productions nowadays. 4 out of 10, Dracula versus the Werewolves, yay. The big idea, a game from James Ernest. This is one of those games where you're trying to sell people stuff. There's a lot of these games now, and there are definitely better ones than the big idea. But there's still some good concepts there, and it's enjoyable, 7 out of 10. Cloud 9, this game from Out of the Box Publishing, has been remade in the past decade called Celestia, but the original one was a lot of fun. Not the best of components, although I do like the balloon, but a great fun push-your-luck game, 8 out of 10. 10 years ago, I reviewed The Great Snowball Battle. This game is horrific. Unlike snowball battles, which are fun. 2 out of 10. Gold Ahoy, a two-player game with 36 tiles. There's a lot of these tile-laying games you need to put a little bit more effort into than this one. 5 out of 10. Subdivision, The Forgotten Game. You know, you've heard of Suburbia and Castle of Mad King Ludwig. Well, in this time, Subdivision also came out, and it's fine. Mechanically, it works, but it's left me feeling a little cold, I suppose, these days. 6 out of 10. Conquest of Orion, a game about, well, conquesting Orion. And again, this is one of those very forgettable games. I had to look it up to remember what it was even about. 6 out of 10. Progress, Evolution of Technology. This is from NSKN Games, and it's about technology. It's like the tech track. I tend to really like this sort of thing, like Beyond the Sun. But this one was just okay. 6 out of 10. All right, roast me, baby. 5 Tribes. I give it 6.5. Close to me liking it, and this is including the expansions. I'm just not as big of a fan of this. I get it. I think it's a superb game. The whole Mancala type thing, and it's a really nifty idea, but it's just not a game I like very much as other people do anyway. Belle of the Ball. This is a game from Dice Hate Me Games. You're all throwing a party, bringing guests. Nice artwork, fun little game, 7 out of 10. Rumble in the House. This is basically a game where you're just trying to you have someone in the house that's yours, and you're just making people fight, making them lose, and trying to keep your people alive as long as possible. Very simple, but fun. 7 out of 10. Rolling Japan. I like the rolling games. I think I like Rolling USA better when it came out, just because they changed some of the mechanisms, but the original one's still quite good. 7 out of 10. Star Wars Imperial Assault. Weird to think this came out 10 years ago. Mixing of Doom, which then turned into Descent. So mixing Descent and Star Wars sounded like a dream to me. And it is very fun. Although I never got into the dungeon crawl aspects of it. I started playing more of the tactical two-player version of it. But an 8 out of 10. And Longhorn, a great little back-and-forth two-player game from Bruno Catala. This is an underrated game. I don't think a lot of people talk about it, but it's very enjoyable. 8 out of 10. 5 years ago, I played Hakan Ona. This is a very horror game. The box is just creepy looking as all get out, and it's like this creepy person in the house. Just so clunky and bad of a game, though. 4 out of 10. Itchy Monkey. Funny name, very abstract, not great game. 5 out of 10. Homesteaders. This was the 10th anniversary of this game that I played. Kind of an auction-style game, but it's very unforgiving. You're not going to win too many auctions in it. So there's some good ideas here. It's too unforgiving for me to love. 6 out of 10. Carousel. Hey, a game about horses on a carousel. That's a neat theme, and there's some interesting ideas there, but it's still a very abstract. 6 out of 10. Throw Burrito. My 6 out of 10 rating for this is higher than it should be. This is the kind of game that when you hear about it, you think it must be terrible. It's not great, but you do get to throw burritos, and my kids liked it, so I'm giving it a 6. Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. The Tiny Epic Dinosaurs is like Star Trek. It seems like every other one I really dislike. But Tiny Epic Dinosaurs is a good one. There's a lot of pieces. Again, it would be better if it was a slightly bigger game. But a nice Euro-style game about dinosaurs. 7 out of 10. Choose Your Own Adventure. The War with the Power Master. War with the Evil Power Master. So over the top. This game is a Choose Your Own Adventure game, cooperative game. And there's some rolling of dice. There's actually a sequel to it that's a better game, but this one was just so idiotic and so crazy, like a choose your own adventure. It was just such a blast to play through. It's like a one-time playthrough. You can play through and get different endings, I suppose, but it was just, if you ever get a chance, try it out. 7 out of 10. Jetpack Joyride. I'm not a fan or have played the app game online, but this is one of the first games. Well, at this point in time, they had brought, this company had brought, Lucky Duck had brought so many of these games to life. Fruit Ninja was terrible. This one was pretty solid. Nice little polyomino game, 7 out of 10. Porto. This is a forgotten game from Meebo. Meebo makes some pretty interesting games. A couple of them are Dice Tower Essentials. And this one here is just about building these buildings. Has some funky art to it, but a nice solid little game. Think almost Ticket to Ride weight, 7.5. Chocolate Factory. I have the most deluxe chocolate factory in the world. A great little game. This game where you're basically moving these chocolate pieces down a conveyor belt and turning them into different types of chocolate. Pretty cool, 8 out of 10. And Fantastic Factories. These kind of games kind of go back to back and just how similar they feel in many ways. Fantastic Factories, you're rolling dice and then using cards to manipulate them and making these cool factors to get victory points. Another really solid game, 8 out of 10. Skulk Hollow. A fantastic two-player game where one person is a monster and the other person is a band of woodland creatures fighting that monster. Really enjoy this game and its sequel that came out later, 8.5. And then Sprawlopolis, a solo game, a game you play by yourself. I guess you can play with other people, but it's mostly meant to be played solo. It's a puzzly style game with 18 cards, and it is absolutely fantastic, 9 out of 10. All right, last year I reviewed My Island, another legacy game that this one just fell apart for me. Not loving this series here, My City or My Island from Reiner Knizia. This one's a 5 out of 10. Ice. A second edition has been promised. It fixes a lot of issues that I have with Ice. There's a lot of things I thought were cool, but some of it was just meh. Beautiful production. I'm looking forward to trying the updated rules when they come out with the second edition. But for now, a 6 out of 10. Dreadful Meadows is almost there. Another great production. Excuse me, the spirits got to me. But in Dreadful Meadows, there is this spooky Halloween, and it's a good game to play, especially right now, right? But there was just some math and numbers that kind of irked me a bit. It wasn't as smooth as I want it to be. 6.5, almost there. First in Flight is a game about flying airplanes. Do you want to be the Wright brothers or someone else who's going to be the first to fly? Kind of a neat push your luck deck building game. 7 out of 10. Dog Park, game about dogs. I love dogs. Not enough games about them. Too many games about cats. This is one of the better ones out there. You're walking a bunch of dogs and trying to collect different sets. 8 out of 10. Kinfire Chronicles. This is a boss battler and one of the best boss battlers with a really neat system. There's so many things about this game I like. I like the random treasure packs. I like the chip pulling battle system. I like the boosting of each other. The Kinfire system is pretty neat. 8.5 out of 10. Dune Imperium Uprising, the sequel to Dune Imperium and in essence the replacement. They are slowly replacing Dune Imperium with this game. It adds sandworms, changes a lot of stuff, but is 90%, at least to me, the same game. Really cool. Love it. 9 out of 10. Forest Shuffle. Collecting sets of cards. That's all it is. And sometimes that works well enough. It almost feels like Earth, but the card game. As you place these cards on the top, bottom, or to the two sides of trees. Just a fantastic game. 9 out of 10. And another 9 out of 10 here. Oh, my word. Paths of Civilization. Path of Civilization came from Captain Games. I wasn't expecting anything from them because they just made small party games. And I played this game, and it looked fairly complicated, but it's not. It's more of an advanced Seven Wonders of sorts, but it is a great, interesting, quick take some actions. You only have so many rounds in the game. There's only 9 rounds in the game, but each round gets progressively more interesting and fun. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, a 9 out of 10. And so those are all the games that I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Tell me which one of these is your favorite in the comments. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching Look Back on the Dice Tower. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, if you would love to game with us at one of our conventions, check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Vasel.